Good morning, members of the media. Thank you for joining us at this Hollywood Bet Sharks team announcement presser with us, Coach John Plumtree. I'm now going to open the floor for questions. Michael, your hand is up. You can go ahead.
Thanks. Compliments of the season, Plum. Hope it's a good year ahead for you and the guys. Yeah, just something different from you this week. What are you expecting from your guys? What are you expecting from the Lions? Hopefully, obviously, a great result and a great performance. But in your words,
for us, we haven't had a lot of home games, particularly in the URC. So this is a big fixture for us. A game that we've all been looking forward to, getting back at home. What I expect from the Lions, they've got a lot of continuity in terms of their selection, and a lot of their guys have been playing for a long time together, so they're a pretty cohesive side. They perhaps don't have the biggest squads like some of the other teams in the competition, but they play really well together with what they have. So it's going to be tough. We had a tough preseason hit out against them as well. So what I expect from us is, just continue improvement. And what that looks like is, massive effort up front. We were disappointed with our scrum last week, although we felt like we had a couple of really tough decisions against our scrum as well. So we're expecting a real tough forward battle. So it's important for us to meet that head on. And we just want to display the same type of intensity around our defence and our general game as what we played against Stormers last week. So I guess it's just for us. It's around the motivation of a big home game, continual looking to improve, and that big set piece battle that we're going to be having.
Thanks, man.
Jan, you can go ahead.
Thanks, Navashni. Thanks, John. Just as a follow-up on what you just said, you touched on the Lions and their continuity, and I know it's been a theme since even earlier in the season, before the Christmas period. How far down the road are you, or do you feel you are, in terms of getting your squad into a cohesive unit?
It's like we've got a couple of really big players to come back for us, particularly in the pack. It's good to have Gerber Grobler back in there, but we just lost Emile van Heerden for about 6 weeks. We're still looking forward to having both Vincents back and Bongi back. There's a fair bit of firepower in our forwards to come back still. Kuni Utse is injured, so he's been great for us. And probably deserves a bit of a break. We've showed glimpses around our attack that we've really been happy with, and we showed a nice balance to our game last week. But we're not there yet. Certainly not where I want to be. And that's why like I mentioned earlier, we haven't had a lot of home games, so I'm looking forward to quite a few fixtures at home now to build some momentum this year, and take advantage of those home fixtures, and see what we can do on the road in the EPCR if we have to travel. I'm looking forward to getting all the big boys back, and then really building this team. But some nice signs for us. But I'm always a big one on, it takes more than one performance to really say that if you arrive where you need to be. And I was really happy with the effort against the Stormers last week, but we still didn't get the result. And we need to get winning, because that will breed the belief and the confidence in what we are doing as good. And it's hard to keep picking everyone up off the canvas when you lose, and it does sort of feel like it does become a little bit of a habit.
John, on a different note, I wasn't part of last week, so I don't know if this question was asked last week, but Joel Hintz, I mean, maybe it's because we don't watch a lot of Super Rugby anymore. I don't know much about him, and I can't find much about him online. Can you give us an idea of what sort of player he is? And the bits we saw of him last week is also not enough to form an opinion on what type of player he is.
Yeah, he's renowned for a really good scrummager. So he's played sort of in wider training groups back in New Zealand. Hasn't had a really big super career as such, but had a really good NPC career with Hawke's Bay to date. You know, they're national champions. Oh, not national champion, but the year before last, and then made the finals last year. And he's been an anchor in their scrum, and someone that you know, it's not easy to find a tight end prop anywhere with you know, with any sort of his type of credentials. So it was really a case of seeing what he could do for us. And right now he's only contracted till end of this month. But I'm not happy with the depth that we've got in our tight head at the moment. And obviously we'll hopefully have Vincent back in about 6 weeks.
Yeah. If I look at him, sorry, I know I'm taking a bit of time with the other guys, but if I look at his build, him and Ox are very similar. So you got Vincent's like a big guy, and you got some tall props, and then you got two shorter guys. Is that a good thing in terms of scrumming?
Oh, I know for tall loose heads, it can be quite hard to mark a short tight head prop that's quite powerful. You know, he's actually got a powerlifting career. He's behind him as well. So he used to be a powerlifter. He's actually came to South Africa in a powerlifting competition 5 or 6 years ago. So he's a very strong boy, and obviously similar height to Ox, maybe slightly shorter. So yeah, they can be a bit of a handful, those short, powerful props for tall props. You know, we've got Fez and Barter starting as well, so you know, powerful scrummager as well. So yeah, I'm expecting we want our scrum to do really well tomorrow. It creaked a little bit against Stormers at times, and we weren't over happy with it. So hopefully we'll see a big effort up front tomorrow from the big boys.
Thanks very much, John.
Next question, please. Michael, go ahead.
Thanks. Plum, without getting the nitty-gritty and trying to make too much of a psychological thing of it, you talk about picking the guys up off the canvas when results haven't gone your way. Obviously, there's been some close to Stormers game. You could have probably won that game, but for one or two things that went against you. But how do you actually pick the guys up? Maybe just give us an insight into how difficult it is or how easy it is. Speaking to Grant Williams, he said that there's a lot more positives than negatives at the moment. So I'm assuming the guys are also kind of self-motivated. But from your point of view, I mean, what do you kind of say to the guys?
Yeah, it's a really good question, and it's probably a massive, you know, part of the art of coaching. You know, like, you know, when you're winning, you're always looking for ways to challenge your team and to keep them on the edge of their seats. And when you're losing, you keep driving them to be better, and encouraging them that we're not that far away. And then you're mixing that up with some fun in the environment, and make sure that you know that we are creating a little bit of fun together, and that there are smiles on faces around our environment, and you know, that we're giving hope every week. You know, I think once you lose all of that, and it becomes really tough, and it's not a great place to be. But you know, we know what journey we're on as a team. We know that, you know, we're all building new relationships here. There's a new coaching staff, there's a new coach, there's I'm getting to know players more and more now and what they're capable of. So there's still that real element of it's new. It's a nice shiny car, but it's not going very well. And you know, we're still working really hard together. And I think as long as your team spirit stays really high, and we are having a little bit of fun together, and we're mixing that up with, you know, we get a few things right, we will have some success. But yeah, it's a massive part of, for me personally, has just been trying to get to know how everyone ticks here. and getting to know the personalities and what makes them tick, and that's been my challenge.
Thank you. Next question. Jan, go ahead.
Thanks, Mavashi. John, sorry, just a follow-up. After I switch off, I just had a thought cross my mind. You're starting with Ox against Ashanati. I mean, that's as polar opposite as you get in two props. How do you see that one going?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, the Lion scrum is they scrum really square and straight. They don't walk around. They don't generally play tricks like we found the Stormers doing last week. So hopefully it'll just be a really good scrum battle where it's be 2 sets of 8, and plenty of power going square and straight, and make it easy for the ref to referee to take out all the 50-50 calls that we were seeing last week. So as much as I'd like to see a good scrum battle, I also want to see the ball in play and have a really good game to watch down here. And the weather's going to be great. So hopefully, the spectators our fans that do come along will enjoy a really good spectacle. Lions want to play a good open style of game, and we want to do the same thing. So hopefully we'll see a good game.
Thanks, John.
Thank you. If there are no further questions, media, thank you for your time. And John, thank you for yours. Thank you.